we just watched the trailer for what looks to be the next cinematic classic in Christian message cinema. God's Not Dead 2.
The popular sequel.
Popular sequel. Well, I was going to say this. Have you seen God's Not Dead?
No. I've seen the trailer.
Alright. Well, do you have a guess how much God's Not Dead cost?
20 million.
2 million.
Oh.
Guess how much it made in the box office?
Oh, I just got the Christian fundamentalists now. It's America. About 40-50 million?
62 million.
Oh, not far.
So that's a profit ratio of 30. Well, it's 30, profit to the power of 30.
God.
So a huge hit which necessitated God's Not Dead 2. I actually like the fact that they've gone they've doubled down. Because God's Not Dead 1 is just set in a college. So it's all about a college professor who tells a student God is dead in philosophy, and the student says no he's not, and I'll prove it.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So now they've doubled down to make that the entirety of America.
It's like a dystopian future society that doesn't believe in God.
Yeah.
And if you talk out against it, you're like, ooh,
yes,
evil.
Don't you find it weird because do you think that these sort of Christian films clearly meant just to pander to Christian messages rather than be a proper film? Even though this has some big stars in it, did you notice the woman was the woman off Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Which woman? The main one?
Yeah.
Who did she play? Sabrina?
Yeah.
No, I didn't really.
That was Sabrina.
Ty was clearly not being kind to her.
You don't think she could pass for a teenage witch anymore?
No. She might pass for Sabrina's mum.
Sabrina's mum. That's sad, that though, because that show wasn't awful, was it?
No, it was a quality show for what it was. It was quality made. Yeah.
What a shame that she couldn't make a career big enough to not star in.
I think it tried to be like the children's version of Buffy.
Yeah.
And it failed miserably. Even there was an animated series actually.
Oh yeah.
And even the design of Sabrina and that is quite reminiscent of Buffy.
Okay.
But yeah.
Also, did you notice who played the judge?
No.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, the fourth, the Ghostbuster that nobody likes.
Yeah. Poor Ernie Hudson.
Poor Ernie Hudson, and also
look, he's desperate to appear in this Ghostbusters reboot. Give him some work, damn it.
Did you hear what he said about how it's all women?
Yeah. What did
he said? That's not okay unless if they're fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, maybe this is his punishment for saying that out loud. He has to smack a gavel.
I don't really get why people are so up in arms about an all-female Ghostbusters. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It'd be idiots, isn't it, who think women aren't funny.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, the cast looks.
It's a good cast.
I mean, she's all right. Kristen Wiig is really, really
good.
Funny.
Yeah, she's a good actor. Yeah.
I don't like that. Is it Melissa McCartney?
Right,
the woman off of.
But there's two that look very similar to each other. There's Melissa McCarthy and Rebel Wilson.
It's definitely Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't find her funny. She's in loads of crap.
Well, it's interesting because they were both wasn't Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy? They weren't both in the same film.
Was it Bridesmaids?
I think so, but I'm not sure whether it's Rebel Wilson in Bridesmaids.
Okay.
But the two of them I don't know what it was, but they're in the same film. Melissa McCarthy's gone on to make more broad comedies, while Kristen Wiig's kind of stick to making kind of quirky wiggles. There's one where there's a really weird comedy film that's come out recently starring her.
Yeah.
And she's kind of got she's got a mental illness of some kind, and she
wins the lottery.
She wins the lottery, so she buys a TV station.
Yeah.
And she makes her own TV program, and it's just really weird and awkward, and it starts out a bit slow, but then the last half is really great apparently.
Yeah. But the Ghostbusters remake looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than God's Not Dead 2.
They're correct, yeah.
It doesn't even look like a real movie. It looks more like a spoof.
It's the kind of film that they play in classic Simpsons. Could play in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know, some of it Rod, Todd, and and Ned would watch.
Yeah.
Yay, Dad! If the Simpsons was vaguely clever, they'd do a trailer reaction with Ned and Todd and Rod watching this.
Yeah.
If they were vaguely clever.
Well, that would actually be really good viral marketing, really, wouldn't it? You just post, them watching it going, yay!
Yay!
What's also weird, I think, about the film, is the fact that it goes along with a sort of long line of like people thinking that because they're Christian they're being punished.
Oh yeah.
In some way, as if the rest of the world is out to get them. Like, have you ever, like, in any point in your life, have you ever known like a Christian to be persecuted for their beliefs?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
They've got it pretty good, really. They're like
they're like any normal people.
Exactly.
They're just like normal people.
But then, like, you know, you see films like God's Not Dead, this one, and there are other Christian ones.
I think it's more an American thing. I think where like American Christians feel persecuted.
Yeah.
For their beliefs, which you know, I'm not the biggest supporter of Christianity, but I do believe that like you can, you know, obviously believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe in, and I think people should be left just to do their thing.
But I don't think they're persecuted.
But not
anyway.
persecuted, no. Not that I know of, anyway.
No.
But like I said, like I think it's more of a thing in America where they feel that way. I know quite. Obviously, I've been just talking. You know quite a few Christian people here, and like, I've never get anyone who's ever said I felt persecuted for what I believe in.
No. How do you think they're going to prove within the film that Jesus existed? Because that's clearly going to...
really corny.
Really corny.
It was something really corny. Like, it won't be like Jesus will appear or anything. It'll just it'll be something like, I don't know, like there'll be like a child's letter. Or like a cross will mysteriously appear on the judge's table. And I don't know. It was something really cheesy. You know, like at the end of Miracle on 34th Street when like they're trying to prove that the guy really is Santa. And at the end they bring like 1 million children's letters to the court as like evidence. I think it was something like that.
I think that's quite clever though.
Yeah. But although in Miracle on 34th Street, that is a really clever twist.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit too clever for this film.
But yeah, it's going to be rubbish. Like, apparently the only good part about God's Not Dead 1 was that the guy who was playing the bad guy, I think he's called Kevin Sorbo.
Oh yeah.
Was like completely in on the joke. He didn't give a shit at all about Christianity. He was just earning a paycheck and hammed it up to all heavens.
Nice.
Yeah. I hope that's the other slumming actor in this, Ray Wise.
Oh yeah.
Who played the dad in Twin Peaks and has been in Mad Men. And now for some reason has to play the bad guy in this.
Nah.
You might as well do that. Like there's a bit in the trailer where it's like, I hate everything you stand for. And it's like,
I'm gonna prove God is dead.
Powers Booth should have played that role.
We're gonna prove it. God is dead. Got my brain out of your system.
See, it could have been absolutely amazing. But no, this looks... Do you think this will even play over here? I wasn't even aware God's Not...
I don't think it came out. I don't think it opened up over here. I think it was just probably just a streaming thing.
Yeah.
It's a very American thing.
Yeah, I think that'd just be laughed at straight away over it.
Yeah.
I mean, God's Not Dead was horribly reviewed and no one liked it. It was just... I think its only appeal was to fundamental
Christians, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not really much of a thing over here.
No.
But most Christians over here are quite level-headed.
Yeah.
They're kind of practical.
It might appeal to those lunatics who go around on the street saying...
like the late great Bradford Jesus man.
Yeah. It might appeal to him and like those people who...
Them weirdos that like... Have you ever seen them? Like, they're always in all town centres and they just stand there. They don't try to interact, they don't try to sell anything. They're always giving out like these weird books.
Yeah, I bet it appealed to them.
Yeah, but they don't even try to like give you the book.
No.
They just stand there.
Yeah. I don't know why.
What's going on?
It is weird, but yeah, God's Not Dead looks absolutely awful.
Yeah.
It looks poorly made to have a risible message that makes no sense.
No.
It's even bringing back the semi-dead courtroom drama. When did you see courtroom drama?
You don't do that anymore, yeah. Well, the last film I saw was Mr. Smith Goes to Washington in 1943.
Well, it's pretty funny because I bet a courtroom is a really cheap set to make.
Yeah, that'd be it. Yeah. They'd be able to use like the Judge Judy set or something like that. Or, yeah, I don't know.
God, how much money do you think it'll make? I bet that they've gone higher with the budget.
I think it'll probably make a bit less.
Yeah.
I think that trailer is so ridiculous. I don't know whether I'm underestimating its target audience.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll see through that it's a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The best bit is actually the ending where it becomes a Christian rock band.
Oh yeah,
performing that song.
Because it was funny about it is that like it does operate like a normal trailer. So it'll have like the epic speech, the like overlaid narrative, and like a rock song at the end, and it'll do some funny jokes, and it'll do some clips, and like I don't know.
God's not dead, he's surely alive. Oh God. I tried looking up a bit of their music on YouTube. I had to turn it off after about half a minute.
Oh God.
It was really funny. Do you know what it was exactly like? That episode of South Park where Cartman tries to become a... like, I'm sure one of the lyrics was like...
I need you, Jesus. I need you inside me. Walking down the beach, Jesus. And collapse into each other's arms. Yeah.
But it was stuff like... God is dead, that's what they say. I'm gonna get on my knees and pray.
Oh my God.
Stuff lyrics like
God's not dead.
And also their Wikipedia describes him as one of the rising stars of Christian rock music.
Oh right. So there's like a pantheon.
A pantheon. It's massive over there.
That's huge, yeah.
I was talking to my mate about this trailer, right, and he went to music school.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying that he actually knew someone there. And when he asked him who were your biggest influences, he said God and Sting.
Oh good Lord. Oh good Lord.
God and Sting.
God and Sting.
Imagine a Christian rock version of Sting's solo career. But yeah, God's Not Dead too. It looks awful. I can't imagine it's going to be anything other than... Well, I think it'll make some money. Maybe enough to make a God's Not Dead 3.
And complete the trilogy.
Yeah, well, what can they do after that? Because if they've proven in court that God's not dead, how could they go further than that? Hopefully,
go to space.
Go to space.
Yeah, well, it could be like like a thing of like the whole rise of like Interstellar and the Martian and these new science fiction films where they have to like we prove that God is not dead, but then some evil scientists want to go into the universe because they've pinpointed a location where we think the God particle is, so we're gonna go to space and prove that God is dead. And then there'll be like an underground team of like Christian scientists who fund an anti-project where we launch another ship into outer space to collect scientific data and prove that God is not dead. That'll be it.
That'll be it. How can they do that on a budget of like 4 million?
Oh, they'll find a way. They'll recycle footage from like old 60s Japanese monster movies.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
God's Not Dead 2. It looks rubbish, I suppose, but the people watching it probably don't give a shit about any of the production values. They'll just want their message repeated to them, won't they?
That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. And also, just to be clear, it's not like all films about Christianity are inherently awful.
Agreed.
You recently watched probably the greatest Christian film ever, The Passion of the Christ.
Oh, but that film was...
Which do you think looks worse, The Passion of the Christ or God's Not Dead 2?
Passion of the Christ. The Passion of the Christ is unwatchable.
It's unwatchable.
The Passion of the Christ is making my blood boil.
Yeah.
Talking about it, I hate the film that much.
Yeah.
It's just a hideous, ugly, miscalculated, offensive film that does not in any way like even remotely resemble what like
the teaching of
Jesus. The teaching of Jesus was.
Yeah.
Like if you I'm like agnostic, borderline atheist.
Yeah.
But like if you actually look at the readings of Jesus and what he was trying to say, like they're very positive, and I agree with it. Again, I'm bringing up South Park, but I agree with what South Park say that like you shouldn't really concentrate on the way Jesus died. It's more of a reason why he died. That's the whole point of that story. It's not about. The idea is that if you're a Christian, the idea is that Jesus died for your sins.
Yeah.
And so we could all lead good lives. And that's it.
Yeah.
But the whole process of like how he was like tortured and nailed to the cross and like abused and like spat at and how it's all the Jews' fault. Like that's all bullshit. Like it's so awful. So no, I would rather watch God's Not.
Yeah, at least it looks funny.
It looks funny, yeah. While like Passion of the Christ is just passionless, joyless.
Well, yeah, because Mel Gibson takes it too seriously is the problem.
Yeah.
And he's working out his own problem. Do you know it's his hand putting the nail through Jesus?
Yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
And stuff like that. It's just bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, watch The Last Temptation of Christ. So that's the best work ever made about Jesus.
I also would recommend this is what I watched when I was like a kid. a film called The Miracle Maker.
The Miracle Maker.
Which is kind of like a low-budget British animated film, and it's like all stop-motion animation, but it makes use of like really experimental like animation to tell the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
For what it is, it's a nice, sweet little film. It's got like cool stop-motion animation. It's got kind of like chalky, pastel-y retellings of the parables and stuff. So if you want like a nice, well-made version for your children, if you're a Christian, then that's the one I'd recommend. But yeah, that and The Last Temptation of Christ. But yeah, no, just because of films that about a religious subject doesn't obviously necessarily mean it's going to be awful.
I think that if this film flopped, that would just give the makers of the film another excuse
more
to say,
incentive
well, just to say like, oh look, we are persecuted. The atheist media destroyed our film.
That's it.
That's what they do. But yeah, don't watch it, or watch it enough to get God's Not Dead 3 Intergalactic Quest
yeah
made. But yeah, God's Not Dead 2 rubbish.